And today we have very special guest. And today episode is travel with learning because learning doesn't only happen in classrooms.
We're still high school students, but we believe that every journey can teach us something meaningful.
And today we're very excited because we have two guys from Germany who will share their travel stories and life lessons with us.
So let's start this journey
Together!
Hello! Nice to meet you guys.
Welcome to our podcast.
Thank you so much.
Okay, sorry guys, by the way, could you introduce yourself and where are you from?
Yeah, for sure. So, hey, nice to meet you all. I'm Christina from Germany, and yeah.
Hi Christina! Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too, guys.
Hi, my name is Steffi. I'm from Germany as well, and yeah, I'm very happy to be here today.
Hi Sally!
Okay, sorry guys, could we give you some questions?
Yeah, for
Sure.
sure.
Go
That's
ahead.
why we're here.
Okay, sorry guys, is this the first time you come to Indonesia?
Yes, this is both of our first times.
Yeah, first time here.
Okay, and what is your first impression about Indonesia? Maybe it is the same with your expectation before you come here.
Yeah, for sure. So we both arrived in Bali, and as you know, it can get really, really hectic over there, especially when you arrive in Canggu. You see scooters everywhere, and you normally expect, obviously, like rice fields, beautiful landscapes. So you feel like a little bit thrown in. But after a couple of days, you get used to it, and yeah, you start finding all the really nice spots all around. And I realized really, really fast how, various your country is, and how many different cultures and languages you have, and how amazing this, multiple lifestyles here.
Okay, and how about you, Steady? What is your first impression about Indonesia? Maybe the person or the culture?
I think my first impression was similar to what Christina just described. It was just landing in Denpasar Airport and coming out of it and being thrown into so much traffic because there's so much going on around the area there. So I think I'd rather just talk about my second impression because the first impression was just chaos and being overwhelmed in a sense at the beginning, especially when you're traveling alone and just don't really know what's coming next. My second impression was that it's very nice nature-wise, very beautiful.
Thank you.
I stayed my first week in Ubud in Bali, and it was really nice because I stayed a bit outside of the city and it was super quiet, and I found it very relaxing and calming to be there.
Oh, thank you so much. And by the way, what made you interested to travel in Indonesia?
So for me it was the surfing, so I always wanted to start surf and become a surf instructor. And my previous plan was to go to Sri Lanka and do a 3-month surf instructor education there, but everything was already booked out, so my only other possible way was Bali. And first I was like, oh, it's gonna be really hectic, but now I love this place like it's my second home, so I'm really, really grateful that everything turns out how it is right now. Yeah.
I actually came here to join a voluntary program. While I was on Bali in Nusa Penida, I joined a turtle conservation program where we cared for and tended to sick and also to young turtles, and then we released them back into the ocean when they were healthy and good again. And that's kind of what brought me here. And then since I was already here, I thought that surfing would be a nice way to, I think that this country is a very good country to start learning how to surf, and that's what I've been doing here on Red Island actually.
So you all guys like surfing?
Yeah, I really, really love surfing.
I'm just starting to, but yeah.
But she's really good. She's really good. I watched her. She stands up like this. She has really good Javanese instructors as well, I have to say. And Red Island is an amazing spot to start surfing.
So, sorry Steffi, it is your first time try surfing is in Indonesia.
Yes,
And-
here on Red Island.
And maybe after you go to Indonesia, you will go surfing to other countries.
Yes, I think I will, because it's really fun.
And by the way, you said that you like surfing, right? And what beach that have you ever tried to surfing?
So I was really lucky. I came, a lot across the country. I surfed obviously a lot in Bali, Canggu, Uluwatu, Kuta area. And on the way here to Java, you have Medawi, the longest left in Bali, which is an amazing spot because I'm goofy surfer as well, so I really like the left side. And then obviously the one and only G-Land, the really, really significant, amazing spot which I was able to surf 3 months ago. And I really like the Red Island beach as well. It's a really nice wave. You have a left and a right hander. And yeah, I think this is my favorite spot so far.
Okay. How about you?
Difficult to say, because I just started surfing on Monday, and I've only surfed here in Red
Maybe
Island.
you have planned to go to other beach.
Maybe one day, but I don't really have anything specific in mind at the moment.
And Christina, you say that you like surfing, and so is the purpose you come to Indonesia just for surfing, or you have another purpose?
So my purpose, first of all, was for sure surfing, but the plan was just to stay 3 months and then move to Australia for a little bit. But yeah, then I fall in love so much with it and with the people as well that I didn't want it to leave anymore. I have a lot of friends from Sumatra, from Java, Balinese people, and it makes me just every day so happy to learn more about your culture and to live with them all together. And Bali is a great place to be for sure.
I see. I have here that Christina is a tour guide. Is it
Yeah.
true?
Yeah.
Okay, and can you maybe share to us one of your experience when you be a tour guide? Maybe
Yeah.
your journey.
Yeah, for sure. So I was working the last months over as a social host, basically. So to host people who come from all over the world and mostly to come here for surfing. And I really like, as I'm with Stephanie here right now as well, show her a little bit more around. It's always a little bit easier have someone maybe from the same country as you are, and just experience those things together. And I think my favorite moments are actually when we go for local food. I just like see that the people enjoy the food as well and that they're willing to get to know the culture. And then obviously the sunset serves when you take out a customer, maybe in Bali, for example, you take them out for sunset and you have this amazing view in the background. And they just tell you that they're so happy that you are here with them and just bringing all the people together. I'm a really big fan of having a lot of people around me, I'm always the one who's inviting everybody, like, okay guys, let's go for nasi campur, let's go for sunset. And this just brings the best experience, people from all over the world enjoying the Indonesian culture.
Okay. So could you tell me about these steps or things that we need to become a good tour guide?
I think the most important part of being a tour guide is the adaptability, like the ability to be like adapting to situations. So you never know who you're gonna meet tomorrow, right? Like it's always different people, and you kind of have to see the energy of the person. So maybe someone is really exhausted from the travel day, or someone really want to go and see something. It's always just good. Introduce yourself, go up to the person, see what the vibe is. You can recommend them some stuff to do. And if they're down to do stuff with you, then be their friend. Don't just be their tour guide, be their friend, get to know them and have a good time together. Yeah.
It's a cool job.
Yeah.
And sorry guys, what was the first Indonesian food you tried after you
first Indonesian food I tried was probably nasi goreng,
Wow,
which is
you
fried
like it?
rice. Yeah, I love rice. I love fried rice with egg or chicken together. That's very good. Yeah, that's probably the first one.
Okay, and maybe sorry. Do you ever find this food in your country?
We do have some Asian restaurants, or especially like if you go in the cities, you'll probably find a lot of Indonesian food, Asian food. But I personally, I live in the countryside, and we only have one Chinese restaurant close to where I live, and that's very different from your food still. So I wouldn't say that you can find it at home.
Okay, and what about you, Christina?
My first food ever, so I arrived the day in Bali, I can exactly remember, and I went to the first warung that I saw, warung Ramadan, so it was a Muslim warung, and they had ayam bakar with mee goreng, so this was the first I had, and I had the sambal, and it was such an unique flavor, so I'm used to eating spicy food, but the sambal here is really, really unique. It's like a little bit like bitter, I would say, and fresh. And I really liked it. Back to the question if we can find Indonesian food back home. I actually never find Indonesian food, and I never really heard about nasi goreng or mee goreng. I'm sure you can find fried rice, but I never really found Indonesian food. Yeah.
That's crazy. I've met a few people from the Netherlands,
Yeah.
and they say that Indonesian food is like a big part of their culture there. So maybe it's just Germany that is a big part of it.
Yeah.
And sorry, maybe you must try like rawon or soto. It is like our traditional food, culture food,
Yeah.
and it has like unique taste. Yeah, unique taste. And in rawon, there are
It's for the beef.
yeah beef with yeah like beef, and the flavor is very very good. And if you want to try the unique specific Indonesian food, you can try rawon.
Okay.
And
Nice.
it's very sorry, it's not very, but we can say that it's sorry, not too expensive.
Okay.
Yeah, you must try that.
Yeah.
It's unique because the soup is the color is a little bit black.
Okay. Yeah, okay. And the color comes from the beef because you cook it in the soup? Or where do you get the color from?
We add it with
Like flavors and spices?
Like sorry, ingredients, and it is from kluwa. In Indonesia we say kluwa.
Okay.
But I don't know in English.
It's okay. Klua. Klua, okay. Maybe we can go for the food after.
Yeah,
and you
try
can
that.
show us. Yeah.
Okay, and sorry guys, how long will you stay in Indonesia?
I'm staying here for 3 weeks, but I'm already leaving on Saturday, so I only have 2 more days.
Yeah. Aduh.
Will you come back to Indonesia again? Maybe if you have a change
Yes,
one day.
for sure. I'll definitely come back.
Okay, and how about you, Christina?
So I'm probably gonna be here until the middle of March. I live in Indonesia since last year February, so almost 1 year, on and off. And I'm gonna go back home, so we're gonna go to Bali on Saturday, and then in 1 week I'm gonna fly to Sumba to help their school as well with some school projects, and we're gonna have like a sports event that we want to support. Of course, do some surfing and chilling and relaxing at the beach as well. But we mostly go for the kids, and then coming back from Sumba, stay 2 more weeks in Indonesia, and then leave for a little while, and then come back hopefully soon. Yeah.
And I have here that Christina, your Indonesian is very good.
It's not very good, no.
That's really good. And where did you learn Indonesia?
So I start learning with an app, Duolingo, and then afterwards with you guys. So basically just speaking to the locals, asking them questions, and yeah, I always try to order my food in Indonesian. I love to speak to the people in the surf camp, for example, who are working there, and they love to speak with me as well, and it's a really good experience. Yeah.
How many languages can you speak?
I'm fluent in 3 languages, so I speak German, English, and Spanish, and then I also speak some Russian because my family is Russian.
And could you give us the example of words in Russian?
Я говорю по-русски, which means I speak Russian. Or if you want to say my name,
Yeah.
what your name is, you would just say Ya Steffi.
Yeah.
Ya Steffi.
Okay. And how about you, Christina? How many languages?
3 bahasa. So I speak 3 languages fluent, which is German, English, and Greek. So my mom is Greek. And then just a little bit Indonesian. But yeah, that's mostly it.
Okay. Can you give us maybe tips and tricks to learn other language?
I think that for me, especially learning English, the best thing to do was to confront myself with the language a bit more. Because obviously I started learning English as well as Spanish in school, just like the language classes. But it gets way easier to actually learn the language when you start watching movies, for example, in the language you want to learn. Or reading books is also very helpful, and just like try not to be too overwhelmed at the beginning, because obviously there's going to be a lot of words you don't know. But if you just like keep going, then usually it gets easier over time.
Okay. Maybe Christina have some tips and tricks for us who want to learn to other language.
For me, I think like what helped me the most is just going out there and speaking with the people themselves. So if you have the chance to go and speak to maybe people who are native in English, or you want to learn German, speak to native speakers, because they know it the best. Obviously, it's the same when I try and speak to you. And you just know like the slang words and the stuff that it's maybe not that formal, because at the end of the day you are aiming to have a conversation with people and you learn from having conversations. So I think this is a really good advice. And probably the second advice is just listening for me. So I always listen to movies in the language and then just get a subtitle. So when I started learning more English, I always put the English subtitles on, and I put the English speaking on as well, so it's easier to understand. Yeah.
Thank you, guys. It's very important to us because we are here all learn to speak English very well.
Yeah.
By the way, guys, do you think that learning languages, especially English, is important for traveling?
Yes, definitely, for sure. Especially English is like the language to connect with people from all around the world nowadays.
Yeah, I can just agree. I met so many amazing people on my journey because I was able to speak to them. Obviously, you can always find another way, like maybe like meet someone who's not that good in English. But if it comes to like stuff you have to organize, you have to maybe like book a bus ticket, you want to go somewhere, English is the key to go somewhere. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, because I think English is an international language, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, sorry guys, what advice would you give to high school students who dream of traveling around the world?
My advice would be, if you have a dream, work for it, for sure. So Always dream big, because if you don't dream big, you never know what's going to be out in this world, and you never try and reach as high as you want. So have your big dreams and never think it's too crazy or too big, and then you're going to find a way for work for it.
Yeah, I think so as well. Just don't give up and kind of accept that sometimes maybe it doesn't work exactly in the way that you think it will, but that doesn't mean that you can't just reach your goal in any other way. So just like, don't be too focused on reaching it in one certain way, but kind of like be flexible and open to the possibility that maybe another way will get you to traveling as well. Especially, like for example, traveling can be very expensive, but especially if you look at like people like Christina, you have like the perfect example of how you can make it way cheaper than it has to be. Way less expensive than it has to be. Just because you like look for jobs, like Christina started working as a tour guide, and that made her earn money while traveling instead of spending money.
Yeah, so we must work hard to
Exactly.
we can go holiday.
Yeah. I think flexibility is a really important point that Stephanie mentioned, because traveling never goes how you're imagining it, and you have this one certain plan. Okay, I'm gonna go there. Like I was like, okay, I'm gonna go for 3 months to Indonesia, and then I go to Australia. And now I'm here since 1 year, and I met all those amazing people on my journey, and I'm sitting here with you guys and have the chance to talk to you. And if I wouldn't be that flexible, I wouldn't have the chance. So don't just stick to your plan. Have an open mindset. Yeah.
Okay. Sorry guys, do you always plan your holiday every year?
How do you mean plan my holiday?
Maybe, sorry, next year I will go to this, and after this year, next year I will go.
Not that far in advance. No. Usually it's more like spontaneous decisions. This trip here, this was planned a bit more in advance. But in general, I'd say that holidays is more like a spontaneous thing, maybe like 2 to 3 months before you're doing it, just thinking, I want to get out, I want to see something more. And, yeah.
And by the way, after Indonesia, where will you go?
I'm actually going back home on Saturday, but I'm only staying home for 3 weeks, and then I'm gonna go to Iceland and travel around Iceland.
How about you?
I'm gonna go, as I said already, to Australia in about like 1 or 2 months. Gonna see some friends over there. I lived in Australia for 1 year before I was in Indonesia, and work as well. There always comes work when it comes to traveling, but I really enjoy working all over the world. And then probably back home for a little while, and then let's see what the next adventure brings. Yeah.
Okay. And what is your purpose to go to Iceland?
I'm gonna go to Iceland as an au pair, which means I'll also be working there in Iceland, which is for me personally the only way I can travel to Iceland, because Iceland's a very, very expensive country. And I'm going there for 6 months and working in a family, taking care of their children, and they have a sheep farm, so I'm going to help out there as well.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you so much guys for sharing your stories and lessons with us, and your tips and tricks is very, very important to us.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for having us here. It was a really great experience to meet you, and hopefully see you soon when we come back.
Yes. And thank you for your time guys. We very, very enjoyed our conversation.
Thank you.
Okay guys, from this episode we learned that traveling is not only about places, but also about understanding life.
This is Travel with Learning, where every journey becomes a lesson.
I'm Reina.
And I'm Feby.
See you on our next episode.
Bye everyone!